Hello everybody and welcome back to Britney's Mystics, your place for all things tarot, intuition, and magic. If you are new here, welcome to this channel, this growing family that I'm here cultivating and building. And on Britney's Mystics, across all my social medias, I like to post lots of tarot content, lots of content connected to spirituality, magic, different things like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe, follow, stick around, and join this little family. And if you are a returning watcher, subscriber, welcome back, and thank you so much for your continued support. It truly means like the world to me. Now, in this video right here, I'm going to be diving into August 2021 for the signs. In this video, I really felt called to do it in dividing it by signs, or I guess by elements, because I was going to do a pick a card, but then I felt called to do it by signs, and I feel like I may like it better this way versus doing the different piles and just kind of going through the cards and doing it again by the elemental signs. So earth, fire, water, and air, and it will apply to your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements. So if you have, a placement and all the elements, you can certainly watch the whole entire video. But again, these are going to be collective messages, general collective messages. So really make sure to take what resonates and to leave the rest and stay blessed. Don't try to force or fit a message that you don't feel resonates with you, or you just simply don't connect with or don't want it to fit or apply to your life, because again, you are still the creator of your reality. Just this reading is just to help maybe guide and give you insight into what you can potentially expect going into this new month. Now, before I really jump into the readings, check out the description box below. You will find all my social media handles down there. If you want to connect with me on different platforms, you can find my website, britneysmystics.com, where you can book a personal reading with me if you feel called to do so. And you can also check out my little online botanica that I'm slowly adding to, but right now I do have dress candle services if you are interested in different things like that. So make sure to go check that out. And all the timestamps for each element will be linked down in the description box below. And let's go ahead and jump right into these readings. Hello, earth signs, welcome to your message. So this will be for all my Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements out there. Let's see what August 2021 has in store for you. So right away I'm seeing fireflies. I'm seeing fireflies, and it's interesting because I just got back from a vacation, and I was going for a night swim with my family, and we look up and we see like this single like firefly, and all of us like immediately agreed that it was like a good omen. It was like a good sign. So the fact that it's making itself known for your reading earth placements, this is also a very good sign. But when I think of a firefly, like what I think about is like a very small little like spotlight. So I really feel like in August 2021, like I feel like you'll really be like focusing on yourself and focusing on what makes you happy, what makes you like glow, essentially. Like, when people like physically are just happier and you can see that glow like radiating off of their face, off of their smile, like I really feel like that's the energy you're going to be cultivating. And since a firefly only has a little light for itself, like you're really just going to be really focusing on cultivating your own little light, focusing on what makes you happy and not like listening or giving in to what other people are wanting you to do, giving in to what society tells you to do, because like you're just going to be so focused like on yourself and what makes you happy. So that's really good energy. So if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you're going to have to like compromise or like give up something you like in order to do something, don't do it. Do not give up something that you're wanting to do. Don't dim your light for anybody. Don't do things that are going to cause your light to dim. So really remember that going into this new month. All right, so let me pull some cards for the beginning of August. What does the beginning of August hold for my earth signs? Oop. All right, so we have the moon in reverse and the king of cups in reverse here first. So with this energy coming out, I feel like the beginning of August, you're really going to be, like, it's going to feel uncertain. For some of you guys, you may really feel like you don't have any, like, stability or plan or outline of what you are wanting to do. And with, you know, your earth signs, you guys want that stability and structure. You want that grounded energy. And I feel like maybe something happened or will happen, you know, in the beginning part of August that will kind of maybe rip away or cause like whatever plan or foundation you had for yourself to kind of like crumble, or maybe some holes will kind of like poke into it, and you'll be in this very just like emotional, unsure, uncertain state. But the back of the deck is the Four of Swords in reverse, and I really just feel like this may be happening because you're just putting too much pressure on yourself to just like do and like go, and just like really always trying to plan and be like one step ahead. And I really feel like the beginning of August, like it's going to force you to slow down whether you want to or not. And also with the Four of Swords in reverse, make sure that some of you aren't like overworking yourself or like working yourself into being burnt out or exhausted. And that also may be a reason why things may become unsure or not as secure or as stable as you would like it to be, because you may be overworking yourselves. And the beginning of August is really just going to be like a slap across the face, and like spirit and the universe telling you like stop, like slow down. Like you don't have to, you know, be certain and sure and have control and like your hands gripping everything so tight all the time. And it's okay to loosen up and have some more flexibility and letting yourself rest more. So the beginning of August, it's just going to be resting more. And if you aren't going to actively make the choice to rest, the universe is going to make that choice for you. So I guess the choice is yours. Decide to do it yourself in the way that you would want to do it, or leave it into the universe's hands to do it how it wants to do it. All right, what does the middle of August look like for my earth signs? Middle of August. Okay, so we have the so this is the Ten of Swords, but in the Modern Witch Tarot, which is what this deck is, there is a little extra card that says everything is fine. But obviously nothing's fine when there are 10 swords stabbed in your back, right? And then we also have the Nine of Cups. So this is the Ten of Swords, or this everything is fine card, I really see as like a continuation of what I was saying with that like beginning of August energy about things, you know, being forced to rest. And I really feel like a lot of you guys are entering August burnt out, or just starting off August guns a-blazing, and will burn yourself out. So really make sure that you are resting. And if everything is not fine, do not lie and say everything is fine. If you need to rest and recharge, please do so. And also with the Ten of Swords being here, with the Knight of Cups, like, and then also the back of the deck is the Ten of Cups. So kind of like what I'm like hearing with like this imagery is like things ending so new can come in. And I really feel like like when you do rest and recharge, and kind of like with that, especially with that Moon in reverse and King of Cups energy in reverse that started off the beginning, that's very like emotional energy. And I really feel like you may go through like the beginning middle of August, the just beginning half of August, it will be like a lot of maybe some like emotional purging. But I really feel like once it happens, so much will like clear up around you and just make so much more sense. Like I feel like a lot of things, like I feel like for you guys earth signs, like so many things will just like, things that you once were so sure of and things that you were so just like set and certain on will not feel like that, because it really isn't what is meant for you. And it's going to kind of fall away, and it's going to end. And this may be something that you're going to have to deal with like on your own, because it's just like like it's only things that you were thinking about or like dreaming about or planning about. Maybe these are things that have been in your mind for a while and you haven't really told anyone yet. So now that you're not sure about it, it's not like you can necessarily vent to somebody about it because no one really knows about it. So for some of you guys, this may be something that you will have to kind of like internally go through. But still, the 10 of Cups, if you have like family members that you can lean on, please lean on your family members. And also below the 10 of Cups is the 9 of Swords in reverse, which again is like that like energy of just like stress and anxiety and fear and worry and sadness. And I know that's not necessarily the most positive thing, but like when I look at this, we have the 10 of Swords here and the 9 of Cups. Well, the 9 of Cups is like walking away from the everything is fine, or the 10 of Swords card. So really, again, like I feel like things will be like purged, especially like emotionally purged. And I feel like just more clarity and balance within your emotions will come with this 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups being here. You know, it's going to be like a like transition type of energy. The first half of August may not be the most like stable or the most, what is it, just like clear as like you would like things to be, but it's because you're going to be going through a transition period from this 10 of Swords, kind of getting more stabilized. The 9 of Cups, this could be, you know, a new emotional mindset, a new mindset about things. I just saw 333 on the little timestamp as I'm recording this. And 333, I really see this as like, whenever I see 333, I see it as like, okay, time to check in with your mind, body, and soul. Are you aligned? Are you in alignment with things? Are you in alignment with what spirit wants for you? Are you acknowledging what spirit wants for you? Is that in balance? Or are you kind of shifting away from that and going towards more bodily and like worldly things that you know are not good for you? I really see it again as like that mind, body, soul alignment. So I really see it's like maybe you are in that mind, body, soul alignment, and now it's gonna be time to shift away from that into that, you know, alignment and being more emotionally secure, stable, having a clear head, clear intuition, crown chakra just being open, receiving messages from spirit. Maybe if like, you know, the moon in reverse, maybe for you earth signs, maybe some of your intuitions have been blocked. But I really feel like by the end of August, things will be really cleared up, and you know, you'll just start receiving those downloads like quick fire, like you have been, you know, in the past before. All right, now let's go ahead and pull for the end of August. The 4 of Swords in reverse came out again. Let me get some more. Thank you. And the back, okay. So the back of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles, and below that is the King of Pentacles. And then we have Temperance. I'm going to get into those a little bit later, but the 4 of Swords in reverse is here along with Death. Some of you guys are not going to learn your lesson about working yourself into being burnt out. Some of you guys are going to ignore the signs. You guys are going to ignore the pain. You guys are going to ignore the stress, the emotional distress, the physical distress. All that, you're going to ignore that, and you're going to keep working. But like with the Death card, like literally do not like work yourself to death. Like stress is so bad on your body, and some of you guys may just feel like a pressure to just like go, and I understand wanting to reach your goals and to go after your passions and the things that you want to do. But with the Temperance card, it's about finding that balance. There's some things in your life, like I was saying, there's things with that 10 of Swords card, there's things that are going to be ending, whether if it's like physical things ending, whether if it's like relationships, jobs, projects ending, or something more like mental, like mindsets ending and leaving away to get into something more like positive, something that actually suits you a little bit more. But with the Temperance card, it's about finding that balance of what actually matters and what doesn't matter. It's about making a list, putting things at the top that need priority more, and putting things that don't really need as much priority at the bottom. Because I feel for some of you guys, you're putting everything as number one when everything is not number one. You have to prioritize and delegate, because when you're trying to do everything at once, you're trying to balance and take on everything at once, like you're going to be blocking your blessings. Like with the King of Pentacles, like you're very capable. Like here's like your earth energy signs coming through, with a really heavy emphasis on Taurus placements, I feel. Some of you guys could also have Pisces, Sagittarius, and Scorpio as well. But just like blocking your blessings when you're so capable of like achieving what you're wanting, but it's really just about delegating and finding the balance, what actually matters and will bring you that success, and what doesn't matter and what's really not going to bring you closer to your goals. So earth placements, I really see that August is going to be a month about not resisting rest and being more mindful and being more, what's the word? Like, I guess present, and just almost being like picky with where you're putting your energy and making sure that you're not overworking yourself, burning yourself out, different things like that, because I feel like a lot of you guys have been, and that needs to end in August, because it can be very bad on like your physical health. Okay, so no more burning yourself out. All right, now I'm going to pull from my Earthcraft deck just to see what other messages Spirit has for you for the month of August. What else for my earth signs for August, Spirit? What else do my earth signs need to know for August? So we have Spirit of the East. This is air energy coming through. And then we have drought. So with the Spirit of the East, with air energy, air is going to be like that intellectual energy. It's going to be the mind, communication, ideas, knowledge, thought, thinking, invention. A lot of you guys may be like working, or really trying to do a lot of things in the physical. Like maybe you guys feel like things aren't a success, or things aren't worthy of praise or success or whatever if you can't physically see it or like touch it. Maybe if it's like physically getting like the money for whatever it is, or maybe physically seeing it on the canvas and not really placing a lot of value on your creative minds, because a lot of you here, a lot of you earth signs here are going to be very creative. And I feel like August, instead of trying to overwork yourself to death and like put so many things out there in the physical, let August be a month of like resting, but also like brainstorming. It's okay to kind of take moments and to simply just like rest and kind of like plan your next moves. And you don't have to always act right away on those moves. It's about like, like if you feel like things aren't really stable or as like planned out and organized as you would like them to be, it's probably because you're not just taking a moment just to rest and just to think and reflect on things. So tapping into that air energy in August. And also with the drought, this also could be like creative blocks. Maybe some of you guys are going through creative blocks with the east energy, and then with drought as well. But the back of the deck is the Ancients card. So this is like the ancestor energy coming through, all the spirit guides, the spirit teams, animal spirits on the other side that, walk with you and help guide you. I feel like you haven't really been connecting with them a lot. Maybe if you guys have altars, you haven't been refreshing their water. And that drought card, they're thirsty. Maybe they're like, with that air energy, that communication and drought, maybe you haven't been talking to them in a long time. There's a like drought of communication and prayer and just simple conversation with them, and they miss you. So instead of just like trying to like, instead of giving into like toxic, like rise and grind type culture, take some more time just to be still and connect with the other side. Connect with, your ancestors and your spirit guides. Connect in with your creative side. Just resting, like look on this card, just simply sitting and resting and letting that ancient wisdom just pour into them. So I really feel like that's what we need to do, or what you earth signs need to do in August. Now, last but not least, to close out this reading, I'm going to pull some affirmation cards that you guys can take with you as you go into this new month. What do my earth signs need to know for August? What affirmations do they need to take with them into this new month? Affirmations for my earth signs in 3, 2, that wasn't my fault. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. All right, so this first one says, every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. So like this card is really about like not being hard on yourself, and also like really speaking what you want into like into the universe and speaking it out loud, because like when you make self like deprecating jokes or are constantly like, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm not successful, I'm dumb, I'm lazy, different things like that, like your body doesn't know when you're joking or not being serious or not, because your body is thinking that you're genuinely meaning those things. And when you keep repeating them over and over and over for a long period of time, like your cells, like it says, like they're conscious and they're hearing that and they're aware of it. So really make sure that you're just like being gentle on your body and speaking like gentle, kind, uplifting, abundant words over yourself, over your life, and over your pursuits. And this one says, my greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Beautiful card. So make sure that what, like kind of like what I was saying with the firefly energy, doing things that make your own inner light shine and not dimming your light for what society says, for what other people want you to do, or what other people say or think of you, because you're focused on yourself, well, it makes you feel good. All right. And if you know, don't overwork yourself so much that your light dims. Make sure to like find that balance again. And the last card that came out says, I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. So again, speaking, you know, affirmations and speaking, you know, your manifestations out loud, because your body hears that. Your ancestors are wanting you to ask them for things. Don't be afraid to ask your ancestors and your spirit guides for what you are wanting. Pray to them, talk to them about your plans. Maybe if you're afraid to put things out in public or to share things, you know, with another person, like I was saying with that 10 of Cups, maybe there's a family member you can go to, but that can also be family members on the other side. So yeah, really, you know, if this is a really good reading, I really feel like August can be a really good month for you if you guys allow yourself to rest. Don't do anything that makes you not feel good. Really focusing on what makes you feel good and letting go of any toxic habits, mindsets, let go of overworking yourself, and just, you know, let things be a little bit more fluid. All right, that is all the messages I have for you, Earth signs. If this resonated and you'd like to leave a tip, you can do so at the links down in the description box. If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at my website, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to your reading, your message for August 2021. So I was gonna say, let's go ahead and hop into your message, but then I started like seeing things. Kind of like what I first heard is like, well, what I first saw was like a bonfire or like a wildfire, and then I heard the word containment. So when it comes to like things like wildfires and just the energy of fire in general, fire can be very destructive. It's a very powerful element. I personally love the fire element the most, but again, it can be very destructive. Wildfires can spread very fast. It's very hard to contain them. Fire also represents and like creativity, passion, ideas, drive, motivation, sensual energies as well. So I feel like with like it being new season in August, summertime in the northern hemisphere, just I feel like it's a very energy of just like wanting to go and like create, but maybe like but then hearing that word like containment, maybe some of you guys here are like moving too fast, and you guys, you know, may have like missed something, and you don't want things to get destroyed or things to be moving too fast so they end up like blowing back up in your face. But we shall see if that kind of like theme comes back up as we get into the reading. But let's go ahead and pull some cards and look through the beginning, middle, and end of this month. So what does the beginning of August hold for my air signs? Beginning of August. All right. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. And then the back of the deck is the Three of Wands. Oh yeah, and then we also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse below the back of the deck. So again, that energy, kind of like I was saying, I feel like some of you guys may be moving too fast for your own good. And this card is all about not having patience. Some of you guys may be running away from something. With the Six of Cups in reverse here, you guys could be like running away from something from the past, something that you haven't fully healed and let go from, but you feel like maybe if you can just like keep going and running away from it and not addressing it and not acknowledging it, you can eventually get away from it and like heal it. But that's not the case, because whatever this is needs to be addressed, and I feel like the beginning of August is going to be a month where this gets addressed. It's going to come back up, or you're going to soon realize that it's not going to work out the way that you were kind of hoping, in terms of like being able to just kind of like push it to the side, run away from it, and not really acknowledge it or address it or heal it. With the Three of Wands being here as well, I also feel like for some of you guys, like until this gets addressed and the past gets let go and like fully like addressed and assessed and healed, then kind of like what you are wanting to pursue and go after, this Three of Wands energy, you know, your manifestations and things that you've been trying to bring into your life, those will start coming in, but you have to make room for them. And if you're just holding on or to the past, or really trying to force or rush things and go against divine timing, it's not going to unfold how you want it to. And again, kind of like what I was saying in the beginning with the fire energy, you don't want things to blow up in your face. So really, you know, whatever this from the past needs to be let go of it, and it's not going to happen super quickly. Maybe with that wildfire energy, again, like you guys are moving too fast for your own good, you're wanting things to move really, really fast, but it's going to require patience, okay? It's going to require patience. I feel like there's a lot of self-growth that may be happening during this month, self-growth that is necessary for what you are wanting to bring into and what, you know, next, you know, chapter in your life is going to bring. It requires some self-growth, some healing and releasing before you can turn that page. All right, what does the middle of August hold for my air signs? What does the middle of August hold? Thank you. One more card, please. Thank you. So we have the Three of Swords here. And then Temperance, so Sagittarius energy coming up. Temperance also came out for Earth signs too before this, so maybe you also have some Earth placements as well. And also the back of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles, which also came out for Earth placements. I promise I did shuffle the deck. It's all coming up again, so like I feel like if you have Earth placements and you didn't watch the Earth sign video, you should probably go watch it. Or not the video, but just that section. So with the Three of Swords here and the Temperance card, like, okay, so kind of like what I was saying with that Six of Cups energy, the Six of Cups in reverse, about things maybe needing to be healed and address, things that you've been maybe potentially like running away from. You know, it's never easy and it hurts with this Three of Swords here, but I really feel like you're going to have to it's really interesting because the piece of wax just kind of felt like it broke away, and it's like you're gonna have to like break away from the past, and you're going to have to break away from this hurt, and it's almost like it fell away really quickly, and it kind of reminded me of like ripping a band-aid off. And I really feel like that's the energy you're going to have with whatever the Six of Cups in reverse represents for you, and whatever popped into your head first is most likely what this is like addressing, or you know, in your life. So I really feel like August, beginning the first half of August, is really going to be ripping that band-aid off and kind of like healing things. And with this Temperance card, this card talks about, you know, like balance, really finding priority, what things actually matter and deserve your attention, and what things don't deserve your attention, and really finding that balance, finding almost a balance between like head and heart. Because one thing that always sticks out to me with the Temperance card is how she has one foot in the water being that emotional aspect, and one foot on the land, that grounded, earthy, physical aspect, the head and the heart, right? So right now I feel like a lot of us are letting our heart win, letting our emotions get in the way, letting our unhealed past, our traumas, our triggers get in the way of what we are wanting to bring in. And it's time to find a balance. You know, I'm not saying to suppress your emotions, to suppress what you're feeling and just like push it to the side, because I feel like that's what you've already been doing, and it's not working. It's not doing what you are wanting it to do. So it's really time to, you know, heal some things and find some balance between kind of like your head and your heart, or not letting your emotions completely take over, and healing any emotions from the past that you've been holding on to, that you know that you need to let go of. And of course, healing isn't linear. It's not like you're going to do all of your healing in August and you're going to be good to go for like the rest of your life. You know this. We all know this. So I really just feel like, you know, the beginning of August is, again, just assessing what needs to be let go, what from the past am I holding on to that's blocking my manifestations and blessings I've been waiting for to come in. Like, it's essentially like, am I blocking my own self? Like, maybe you've been feeling like somebody's been like cursing or hexing you, but you really don't really know who, because like I don't really have enemies like that. But maybe it's time to assess, like, is it, you know, me? Is it me blocking my own blessings because I'm holding on to things that no longer serve me? All right, now let's look into the end of August. What does the end of August hold for my air signs? What does the end of August hold for my air signs? 2 cards, please. So 3 came out. It's interesting because the Ace of Pentacles on the back. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles was on the back of the deck for the middle of August, but I left it in the deck, but it came back out and wanted me to take it out. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. So by the end of August, kind of like towards the end of August, the energy that I'm feeling here is a lot of you guys, kind of like I was saying, that wildfire energy, again, I'm just wanting to go, and just like things to take off. And I really feel like a lot of you guys, air signs, are wanting to do things by yourself and on your own. And with the Fool card in reverse, I really feel like some of you guys are just really like not really wanting to take things from other people, especially with the Fool and the Hierophant. And also the Hierophant is Taurus, and I really felt heavy Taurus energy in the earth sign section. So again, I really feel like there's a lot of you here in the air sign section that also have heavy earth placements, potentially Taurus placements. So I really feel like really make sure to, you know, watch both parts, because I really feel like there's a message in both for you. But with the Fool in reverse and the Hierophant, a lot of you guys are going to have to realize that you can't do everything your own way, and you're going to have to listen to people around you and above you in order to get to where you want to go. Because of the Fool card in reverse, the leaps and the things that you've been taking, again, that kind of like running away energy, you know, the Fool, the person just walking off the cliff. This card, they have their headphones in, so they're like tuning the world out, and you really cannot tune the world out, and you cannot tune out like logical sound advice, especially with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Hierophant being here, that leadership, traditional energy. And the back of the deck is also the 10 of Cups in reverse. So some of you guys are like, I mean, this is probably only going to apply to a few of you, but some of you guys need to listen to what your family is saying to you and has been telling you. I feel like for some of you guys, your family is trying to give you advice, or maybe somebody who just feels like family with that 10 of Cups. And it may not be fun to take advice from people, because I really feel like a lot of you here don't like listening to authority, again, like tuning it out, don't want to listen to tradition, don't want to do things that traditional way. But I really feel like in order to kind of jumpstart to where you want to go, at least in the beginning, with the Ace of Pentacles, I always see the aces as like new beginnings, new starts, new chances. So I feel like where you want to go in terms of like your goals, you're going to have to do things a little bit more traditional, maybe even listen to some type of mentor or advisor or like teacher, parent, family, friends. You're going to have to listen to them and take their advice in order to kind of like get to where you want to go. And it's okay to do that. You're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not incapable for having to get help and to get advice from somebody else. It's only going to help propel you to where you want to be. And I feel like if you keep tuning them out and you don't take the advice of the people around you, or at least consider it, you're going to miss out on your blessings and your opportunities with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I'm not saying that to scare you, because I really feel like what is meant for you will always come to you. But I really feel like it's about, you know, how fast do you want it to get to you? Are you going to be stubborn and kind of slow it down because you don't want to listen to the people around you and listen to the advice people are giving you? Maybe even earth sign. Maybe there's a Taurus in your life that's trying to give you advice, or just an earth sign in your life that's trying to give you advice. Listen to the earth signs. They know what they're doing. They're earth signs for a reason. So there is that. Now let me go ahead and jump into my oracle deck here, the Earthcraft Oracle, just to see what other messages Spirit has for you. Air signs for the month of August. I'm so sorry about that. Let me just move this cord back over. Okay. What other message is here for the air signs? So the first card that just jumped out is Spirit of the North. The North represents the earth element. The earth, okay, yeah, you guys, a lot of you guys need to be more grounded, like containing, like it's okay to have that fiery, creative, passionate energy within you. But you also have to have that like mental, like realism, finding that balance between head and heart. It's, you know, you probably need some type of like practical plan, a little bit more groundingness, a little bit more attention to the details. And if you need help, you know, with the details, talk to an earth sign, maybe a Virgo. I felt like the Taurus energy coming through. Maybe you need help from an earth sign, or you just need to tap into that earth energy within you, getting more grounded, maybe connecting with earth spirits, getting out into the earth, getting out into nature and physically grounding yourself. Because I feel like that will help, you know, contain things and make things a little bit more easier to process and go through. And I really feel like it will benefit you so much in the long run, in terms of bringing in what you're wanting so much more faster, so much more quicker. One more card, please. Thank you. So we have card 34, Spirit Weaver. So with this card, I'm actually going to grab the guidebook. Where's the guidebook? Okay, it's right here. I really like this card. There's 7 chakras on here, so really connecting to your spiritual side, connecting to spirit itself. But it says here, Spirit Weaver, this card has come to you as a gentle reminder of your power. You are capable of obtaining any life you choose. If you are seeking wealth, love, or healing, know that all of this and more is within your grasp. The first step to manifesting a fulfilling life is believing you can. If you seek the good, good will seek you in return. But if you focus only on bad, then that is what will find you. Only you can decide if your cup is full of high vibrational goodness or low vibrational ickiness. Weave together the best parts of yourself and watch as you attract even more beauty and abundance into your life. So, like I was saying, like when I talk about like blessings being blocked, it's not that good things are never going to come to you. Like I said, everything that is meant for you is going to come to you. But it's more so kind of like I was saying, like, what are you going to be focusing on? What is the energy that you're going to be calling in? Are you going to remain in kind of like a more stubborn, naive energy that's going to block your blessings, or you're going to connect more to spirit and connecting more to being more fluid and open to receiving, to receive what you are wanting. All right, and last but not least, going to pull some affirmations for you guys to carry with you as you go through this month of August. Okay, can I have one more affirmation, please, for my air signs? One more affirmation, please. That was like a huge chunk of cards that I dropped. One more affirmation, please, for my air signs. Thank you. So the first one says, when I lead from a place of love, people respect me. So maybe a lot of you guys, some of you guys here, air signs, feel like really value what people think of you, and you really want people to respect you, which of course I understand why you would want that. You know, I want people to respect me too. But maybe that's also why you feel like you don't want to go to anybody or like kind of seek advice, because maybe you feel like if you have to lean on somebody for a little bit of support and people think that you're like weaker or anything like that, but that is not the case. Like, people will still respect you. I feel like people will respect you more for seeking them out, seeking out help, seeking out guidance and advice to be able to live a more successful and abundant and prosperous life and lifestyle and to reach your goals. This one says, I cherish every cell in my body. So really just taking care of yourself this month, which is, you know, something you should do every month, but especially just more emphasis on it for this month of August. Oh, I thought there was interesting. So one snuck in. It says, so for this one, it says, I accept the gift I've been given as a high service to the world. So whatever you are wanting to do, like, the world needs it and is waiting for you to put it out there, essentially. Now, again, don't rush it. Don't have that energy of just like going, and then it blowing up in your face. Have that practical plan, but know that when you do eventually put yourself out there and like have all the pieces together and you feel confident and ready to do it, the world's going to receive it with like so like open arms, and like people are literally going to be telling you like, I've been waiting for this, I've been waiting for you, you're exactly what I've been looking for, you're exactly who I've been wanting to hire, you're exactly who I've been wanting to book, you're exactly who I've been wanting to promote and manage, all that different things. And the last one says, when I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. So moving your body, exercising, cherishing your cells in your body, taking care of your body, you know, just being more fluid, having that movement, exercise, different things like that. All right, air signs, that is all the messages I have for you for your August 2021. If any of these messages resonated and you feel like leaving a tip, you can do so. The link's down in the description box. If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at my website, which is also linked down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, fire signs. Welcome to your reading and your message for August 2021. So this message is going to be for my Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements to see what August holds in store for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into the message. I'm going to be taking a look into the beginning, middle, and end of August. So let's go ahead and see what comes through first. Go ahead and see what comes through. Usually before my readings, I usually like to remain open to see what wants to come through. Right now I'm not seeing anything. But I do already have some cards popping out, so I feel like Spirit just wants us to jump right into it. Very fire sign energy, just getting straight to the point, moving very quickly, all that good stuff. Okay, so the back of the deck here is the Nine of Cups in reverse. So with this energy, I kind of feel like for some of you fire signs here, I feel like there's some type of like dissatisfaction with where you're at with where you're going, with what you're doing. With this Nine of Cups in reverse, you're not fully happy and content with where you are. Maybe where you are right now is where it's like a past goal, like past you set a goal to be right here with where you were, and that past you thought this is where you wanted to be. They thought this was the main successful thing, and then now you got here and it's like, this isn't like exactly what I wanted. I still want more. Well, maybe I changed my mind, I want to do a different route, different things like that. The first card that came out though when I was shuffling was the World and the Knight of Wands. And they come out like this. So it's like the Knight of Wands is going towards the world, right? When you look at them flat on the surface. So when looking at those little like details within the imagery, the Knight of Wands is running backwards towards the World card. And the World card represents like cycles ending, things coming to a close, things being closed out. So it's like something ended, but you keep going back to it, you keep looking back on what ended, or you keep trying to go back to maybe possibly like revive it. Just keep reflecting, just looking back on it, even though the cycle has closed and has moved forward. And with the World card being here, I really feel like with that energy, the Nine of Cups in reverse, of like feeling like, okay, I'm not really satisfied with where I want to be. Like I had, like this was what I wanted in the past, but now that I'm actually here living in, I really realize that this isn't what I wanted. And you may feel like you are unsuccessful. So maybe that Knight of Wands energy is you're trying to go back to look at like, hey, what went wrong? What did I do wrong? Like I need to like overanalyze every single step that I took to see what I did wrong, because I must have done something wrong, right? But you didn't do anything wrong. I really feel like with the World card here, it's almost like confirmation that you were on the right path and you were cycling through your journey and your lessons, you know, at the right time and place, all of that good stuff. So even though you may have wanted something in the past, and then when, you know, you got it in the future and you now are like living in what you were wanting, and you kind of realize like, okay, this isn't like what I wanted. Below that, the Knight of Swords in reverse, this isn't what I was like planning or thinking, really what I was imagining in my head. And now I feel like I messed up and did something wrong, so now I need to like live in the past for like a long time to see like what I did wrong and see where else I can go from here. Or maybe trying to make this one thing work. You're trying to go back and see, okay, how can I redo this to make it work and make it how I want it to go? But like again, like I said, the World card is all about cycles and things ending. So I really feel like you had to go through these certain steps to get to where you are right now, to realize, to get closer to your actual like life purpose and, you know, your reason and almost like job that your soul and, you know, your spirit is here to do. You know, everything that you did to get to this exact moment, to get to August right now, to this new month, is happening like again in divine time. You're exactly where you need to be. So instead of like thinking that you messed up or did something wrong, or kind of getting, you know, really down on yourself for not really being fully happy and content with where you are, you know, don't feel bad on yourself. It's good that you're going to have that drive and energy to keep going and to end up in a place where you feel just so content and happy and successful and proud and just very like reassured that like, okay, I'm now like, I know for sure I'm where I want to be. So even if you don't feel that reassurance and certainty now, it doesn't mean that it's like never going to come in the future. But you can't keep going back to the past. You can't look back on the past. You can't live in the past. You can't go back to things that ended and happened the way that they were supposed to happen, seeing if you can like change it or manipulate it somehow. You have to kind of switch the energy, close out what needs to be closed out, and keep moving forward on your journey. The Knight of Wands, this is your energy. This is that fire, passionate energy here. So I really feel like August will be, the beginning of August will be like that shift from kind of like living in the past and feeling like you did something wrong to, okay, like that realization, like, okay, I'm trusting in divine timing. I'm trusting in what I need to do. I'm trusting that everything is unfolding and happening exactly how it needs to be. And now I just need to keep pressing forward because I know that I'm going to end up exactly where I need to be. All right, now let's look at the middle of August. You know what's been crazy is like the back of the deck was the Nine of Cups, right? But I left it in the deck and I didn't take it out. Now I did that in the past readings too, but every time I don't take it out of the deck, it pops out when I pull the next cards. It's like, I came out for a reason and you're taking me out. You're going to include me in the reading. So Nine of Cups in reverse is here. And then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. In the back of the deck, Strength. Leos, you're really here and present because also in the World card, there's a little Leo symbol right there in the bottom corner. So Leos are really present. Also feel kind of like heavy Sagittarius energy as well, but of course this is for all the fire signs, so Aries is still can apply to you. So the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Strength card in reverse, and below the back of the deck, below that Strength, is the Six of Wands in reverse. So again, that energy is still continuing on into the middle of August, of feeling like, you know, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing good enough, I messed up somehow, I'm not in control, I'm not happy and content with where I need to be, and I just feel just so out of control, I can't do what I want to do. And then below that we have the King of Pentacles. So it's like you have that successful king, like monarch energy of being able to like lead and get what you want and be in command and in charge, and having that just energy where you can bring in and manifest things at like the snap of your fingers, and you can call in things, you're calling the shots. But it's really time to step out of that energy of feeling like you messed up and being really hard on yourself. Sometimes, especially in terms of like Leo, that Leo energy and it being Leo season, maybe you feel like success will come when others acknowledge it. And maybe right now people really aren't acknowledging it or acknowledging you in the way that you are wanting it to happen. So maybe that could also be contributing to that feeling of like, okay, I'm not successful and people aren't seeing me and people aren't recognizing what I do, or maybe like I'm not doing a good enough job, and now I need to, you know, keep going back to the past to see like where I messed up, and just to overanalyze and be so hard and critique myself, you know, to smithereens. But really, like, I really feel like with August, it's really gonna be like, again, like a month and period of just kind of like hold on, time out. Everything happened for a reason. Everything that led me to this point was what was meant to happen. Of course, everything happens for a reason, can be problematic. Obviously, there's certain things that obviously don't happen for a reason. But just what I mean is like, even if you don't feel like fully content right now, it's like, trust that things will work out in your favor to where you will be in that successful, content energy and kind of like posture, I guess. But it's really about kind of like really getting, you know, emotions under control with this Queen of Cups in reverse and this Strength in reverse. Really just kind of like coming back to center, you know, not letting the emotions and just clouds, like, you know, your thoughts and your logic and, you know, your planning, different things like that. And if you do want to kind of like assess and see, you know, what you can do better, or like where you went wrong, even though I don't really see or feel like you did anything wrong, you did the best you could with the knowledge and the resources that you had, and it carried you exactly where the universe wanted it to carry you. But I really feel like the only like reassessing and like reflecting that you really need to do is just kind of like reflecting on how you personally feel, and not basing so much like your worth and success and all of that on the people around you. Even if it feels like the people around you aren't seeing you, they will see you. It simply just is not your time yet, and it's waiting for your time. Not comparing your success to other people, and when you feel like other people are beating you in the race, you have to remember that they're running their own race and you're running your own race. Like you are on your path, your track, and they are on their track, and you can't compare the two. And I really feel like that could be what is happening here, just the energy being really hard on yourself and kind of letting things kind of like go out of control in terms of like emotions and kind of like those intrusive thoughts and like your mind and different things like that, letting your mind wander, really beating yourself up and just really kind of like sinking yourself down into like a pit and just kind of losing like all control, when it's just time to call back in that control, that stability, that grounded energy. All right, so now let's see what the end of August holds for the fire signs. What does the end of August, what does that energy hold? Okay, so we have the Emperor in reverse. Aries decided to make an appearance here, and then we have the Six of Cups, and then the back of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. All right, so for the end of August energy with the Emperor in reverse and the Six of Cups, again, it's that energy of like looking back onto the past and kind of feeling like the past, like the past was a failure, or past you failed your present self, especially with this like Emperor in reverse. This also could be like potential like father energy, or like that paternal energy of being, it could be, you know, like currently present in your life that is being very hard and beating you down. Or it could be like if that father paternal energy is no longer present in your life, now it could be if it's coming back from the past, like maybe if that paternal father energy in the past was very like harsh and critiqued you a lot and just really wasn't very like supportive and didn't really support you emotionally in the way that you needed and craved, that could almost be like how you treat yourself now, because it's like all you were used to and all that you ever like experienced and got. So now it's like, this is the only way I know how to treat myself and the only way I know how to talk to myself. So it's really time to change how you know, show yourself love. And like, yes, it's okay to like reflect on things and kind of like see where I went wrong, but it's like it gets into more of like a toxic type of point where you start going a little bit too hard and start really putting yourself down, and it becomes more just like you're bullying yourself and you're not actually doing anything like constructive and beneficial long term. So it's really time to, you know, release and let go and be more gentle with yourself, and like release and let go those like really like harsh past habits and like that harsh, very critical, bully self-talk that you may engage with in yourself. Or if it's like, again, if it's somebody else in your life that is doing that towards you, really finding a way to like separate yourself from it and finding like a balance essentially in terms of being around that person and what you take in and what you know to let go. Because, you know, maybe, you know, some things could be beneficial, but it's kind of like really trying to use discernment and intuition to see like, this person does not have my best at heart, and most of the things they say are very hurtful, and it's really time to discern what is just projection and just straight up bullying, and decide, you know, I need to tune that out and let it go and not take it to heart, and see what is actually stuff that I need to listen to and take in. Also with the Emperor in reverse and the Six of Cups, again, I kind of like to repeat myself, that conscious of not being so gentle on yourself, and it's really time to, you know, maybe talk and nourish with your inner child at the end of August. That theme, inner child work, may be coming up, or just something, just being more gentle to yourself. Like, are the things that you are saying to yourself, like, would you say that to the younger version of you if they were standing right in front of you? Like, you know, don't be super harsh dictator, aggressive, oppressive energy with that Emperor in reverse. Okay. All right, so for like August, it's really just about like letting go of past cycles in the past and really just not being so hard on yourself, and kind of, you know, realizing that, you know, everything's happening exactly at the right exact time that the universe wants it for you. And just because you don't see any success now doesn't mean it's never going to come. It's just, again, like I was saying, it's not your time yet. So don't compare yourself to other people, and don't be so harsh on yourself where you're almost just like pushing yourself back a couple steps versus going forward. All right, now I'm going to pull from this oracle deck to see what other messages come through. One more card, please. Okay, we have 2 cards. So the first card we have, it says transform with rain. And then we have the soul loss. And then we have gatherer. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this soul loss card. So with the soul loss card, what I really feel like with this is like, I feel like you may have like lost like sight and touch with yourself, kind of like, again, that inner child work being a theme that I feel like will be present this August, getting back in touch to where you want to be. I feel like you may have been just, lately, fire signs, you've just been so like overly critical and overly analytical on just like every single move and detail and thing that you do, that you really like lost like sight and touch of yourself and lost sight of like what you actually are wanting for the future. So it's really time to like reconnect with that and heal. Oh my gosh, it said transform with rain, but it says transform with raven. Not rain, transform with raven. I'm actually going to read this from the guidebook for this deck, because I'm actually personally curious to see what the creators wanted with, you know, the raven, to see what the symbol means, because I personally don't know. So it says, raven is a symbol of transcendence and a need for a new perspective. Intelligent and able to quickly adapt to changing circumstances, these sleek black birds see potential where others may see only uselessness. If you are in need of resources and unable to see how you can make a situation or project work, Raven is here to tell you that you have more available to you than you know. To channel Raven is to welcome inventiveness and resourcefulness. Okay. It also says, this card reminds you that being resourceful doesn't mean you have all the answers. That also really stuck out to me. So kind of like what I was saying, like a new perspective is needed. And kind of like what I was saying, I really feel like you guys have really lost sight of yourself. And instead of, you know, being overly critical and just really harsh on like your success and the things that you're able to produce and put out into the world and your goals and your passion and the vision you have for your life. And it's really time to not be so harsh and intense about, you know, just blooming with success and just like immediately reaching to where you want to go, and really just trusting the journey and the process. Because, you know, when you're going on a road trip, you know, the journey can be just as beautiful as the destination. So really, you know, instead of like looking down on your phone at the map, you know, taking a moment to look up around you to see the scenery. So kind of like with that metaphor, instead of being so focused on, you know, how to get there and being so focused on the end goal and, you know, picking apart every single detail about yourself, you know, really enjoy the journey and let things really flow. There needs to be a shift in perspective, like it was talking about. Because I really feel like that soul lost card, I feel like you may have like lost touch with yourself and lost touch with kind of like why you even started in the first place, why you felt motivated to go on this journey from the very beginning. And then with the Gatherer card, with this card, like she's reaping a harvest. Like she is in a garden and she has like a basket of fruit that she just picked. So I really feel like after you have this shift in perspective and like reconnecting with, you know, your essence and, you know, your soul and like your true purpose, I really feel like with the Gatherer and you'll be able to like harvest, you know, the success and the work of your own, you know, of the seeds that you planted. You will be able to gather up the blessings and the success, the money, the promotions, the bookings, the engagement, all of that you are wanting to go after. You know, you'll be able to get it, but there needs to be some shift in perspective. Instead of looking back on the past, it's time to, you know, really see what needs to change now in the present in order to propel you into the future that you are wanting. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to pull some affirmation cards that you can say to yourself as you go into this new month, just some kind words to take with you. So what affirmations do my fire signs need to hear for the month of August? Thank you. So this one says, I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. So there maybe need to be some forgiving that needs to be done. That could be connecting to any inner child work that may come up during this month. It'll be like a theme of forgiveness, forgiving your past, any things from your childhood that you feel need to be forgiven. And then the back of the deck says, I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. So like with the I release my need to be right, of course, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you're not always right. You don't always have to. Don't let the ego and stubbornness get in your way. But also with like, I release my need to be right, I also kind of see that connecting to how you may be picking yourself apart, just really being so brutal on everything. And it's okay just to let things be. You don't have to, you know, criticize and scrutinize yourself. Just, you know, find peace, reconnect with yourself, and find that peace again. All right, fire signs, that is all the messages I have for you for your August 2021. If any of this resonated and you feel called to leave a tip, you can do so at the links down below in the description box. And if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at my website, which is also linked down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, water signs, and welcome to your message for August 2021. Now this message will be for my Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placement. So this message can apply to you. And let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say. All right, so I'm going to use the tarot right now to see the beginning, middle, and ending energies throughout the month of March. I meant August, but March is Pisces season. So heavy Pisces energy already for you guys here. So maybe my water signs, there's mainly going to be Pisces, or you'll have like a lot of Pisces within your chart while you are here. And Pisces energy, it's very emotional, but Pisces energy is also very intuitive as well. Something I think about with Pisces being like the fish, right? But when you look at Pisces placements, you know, I know in their like symbol in comparison to the other water signs, Pisces are the really, you know, they don't have like a shell. You know, Cancers, that's the crab. Crabs have a shell. Scorpio, that's a scorpion. Scorpions have some type of like hard shell. That's why, but then with the fish, they're very like vulnerable and, you know, open. They don't really have that protection. So that's why like Pisces always get labeled to be very emotional, because, you know, the fish, it's very sensitive, it's vulnerable, it's open, there's nothing really protecting or covering it. So kind of like going back to that word vulnerable, I feel like August will be a month that will call you to be a little bit more vulnerable with like your emotions, being more vulnerable with yourself, and whatever, you know, may, you know, come up for you in August and whatever comes up during this reading. So let's go ahead and tap into the beginning energies. What is the beginning of August holding for my water signs? Okay, so the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Ooh, and below that, we have the Six of Swords. Leaving something behind. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Well, Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, but it fell. And then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, so like, I feel like water signs, you guys are like fighting against the work that you need to do, especially in terms of like that emotional work. Again, it can be that vulnerable, getting really vulnerable, real, and raw with yourself about what needs to be done. And you really could be fighting against that. Kind of like what I was saying with the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Six of Swords coming out here. There's something that you need to leave behind and walk away from. like both of these cards both kind of have, you know, similar meanings of essentially leaving the past behind, leaving things behind. But especially with the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups in general, I'll flip it up right so you can kind of see what I'm talking about better. But with the Eight of Cups, this person left the cups behind, but see how there's like a body of water right here? They physically separated themselves from it. So I feel like, water signs, some of you guys may have like left something behind or cut something out that you know you need to cut out, but not really. You probably still have allowed this thing to still have access against you because you're fighting, you know, the real work and effort and energy it takes to truly and fully release and cut whatever this is off. And I'm really sorry if you hear my dogs barking. I kind of lost my train of thought with my dogs barking, which is very frustrating, but so I'm sorry if I like repeat myself. But what I was saying about like kind of fighting against the work that needs to be done and the work that you need to do, you know, you can't just be like, I cut this off, I release this, but not actually do anything. You don't put any like action or effort behind your words. It's, you know, it requires work and effort to heal. Like with it requires doing, you know, things that may be uncomfortable or difficult at first, but it's going to pay off in the end because, you know, these things need to be released and let go for a reason because they're holding you back and weighing you down, and it's really time to move forward into what, you know, what you need to step into without any excess or extra baggage. So that's going to be kind of like the energy and theme present in the beginning of the month. Let's go ahead and dive into the middle of the month. What does the middle of August hold for my water signs? The Queen of Wands came out. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card for my water signs. Thank you. So we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. And then we also have the Four of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. With this energy that I'm hearing, I heard the word outsmart or like outsmarting. So I feel like you kind of realize or kind of like know that you really haven't fully released, let go, fully done the work that you need to do because you're kind of like procrastinating, you're like resisting it, you're not really, you know, allowing, you know, doing what you need to do and like allowing the guidance and knowledge from spirit to come in because you know that they've been talking to you and you know that you haven't really been listening to what they want to do because you don't really want to do that dirty work. And with this Five of Swords in reverse, I mean, what I'm hearing with this is like, again, that kind of like outsmarting energy, thinking that you can somehow come out on top some way, somehow, you know, be able to make everybody happy, but still, you know, be the one that gets the most satisfaction or gets everything that you want out of it. Really, that's not how it's going to work. You're going to have to listen to spirit, and you can't really ignore them or try to like outsmart or make sure that you only get your way type of energy here. But with this Queen of Wands here, it's like you're fully capable and like intuitive and have the resources and ability to, you know, do what needs to be done and listen and, you know, heed the call that spirit is, you know, giving to you with this Queen of Wands. Because of the Queen of Wands, there's that black cat in the card, and I really connect that to like intuition and magic. So like it's like you are really intuitive and capable of being able to listen to spirit and receive that spirit guidance, but it's really about like, are you actually going to listen to it and receive it? You can't, you know, be and claim to be like all intuitive and magical and spiritual, but you don't even, you know, put in the work and do the efforts and do the hard things that, you know, spirituality and intuition and, you know, magic, this journey, you know, requires and calls of you. So it's really about really putting in the work and not procrastinating or trying to, you know, bend the rules or kind of like snake your way around the hard parts because you just don't feel like doing it when, you know, you need to do those things, and it's going to keep coming back up until you actually complete it and do it. All right, now let's check in with the end energy of August. What does the end of August hold? for my water signs. Interesting. So the back of the deck is the King of Pentacles in reverse, but then we also have the King of Wands in reverse. So we have Two of Kings, and then we also have the Star card. So the Star card, it comes after the Tower when you look at the major arcana, kind of like in its order. So I really feel like by the end of August, you'll kind of like realize, okay, I need to like do the work and I need to release what I need to release. You could have a Tower moment, even though the Tower card didn't come out. I do like to place emphasis when reading tarot on like the order of the cards, especially when it comes to the major arcana or like the Fool's Journey. So with that Star card coming out, you may, like give in and do the work. And it, like, at first it's going to feel very just like, it's going to be hard, it's not going to be easy or fun, and it's going to be just like things may feel bleak, or you may feel like you did the wrong choice. You may have emotions of regret. And with Two Kings in reverse, I almost see this as a really like kind of lack of confidence. Especially with these two cards, the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands here. I really feel like August will end and you'll be like feeling just really just like down and hard on yourself, and not really having the most confidence, most likely because you're still literally trying to recover from like this almost, Tower moment that may happen for some of you guys during August. But instead of, allowing this energy to take over and consume you and, make you feel down and bad on yourself, this is kind of almost similar to kind of like the fire sign message. The fire signs had a theme and message to kind of like really trusting in divine timing and trusting everything is happening as it should be in its, most perfect and divine way that the universe has for all of us. So it's really trusting, that the things that you let go and the healing that you had to do and the work that you had to do and, the things that your spirit team may be telling you to do, they may be a little bit extra hard on you this month. They may be giving you lessons and, like tasks that may not be the most fun or the easiest, but I really think it's going to pay off in the long run though, because like, again, it's kind of like having that energy of trusting everything's going to work out for a reason. Instead of having the Star card in reverse, of having this energy of like feeling hopelessness or things aren't going to work out, turn that Star card, right side up and have that energy of hope, renewal, faith, and trust in a new beginning, that light at the end of the tunnel energy that I really connect to the Star card with. Also, the Star card is Aquarius, so maybe you guys, there's some air sign placements as well present, or maybe if you have some air placements within your chart and you didn't watch the air sign reading, maybe you should go watch the air sign reading because it could, have a message for you there. All right, so now stepping away from the tarot and jumping into this oracle deck, let's go ahead and see what other messages are here for my water signs for the month of August. Okay, your cards keep falling, water signs. All right, okay. So we have Spirit of the South, which is the South energy is fire. Kind of like I was saying, maybe kind of like how that divine time message kind of slipped in from the fire sign reading into this reading. That could be kind of like similar energies and messages here. Maybe you guys, watch the fire sign reading as well, because maybe you have fire placements. But with the Spirit of the South, this could be, a call from Spirit to connect with those fire spirits, the element of fire. Fire is very destructive. What I see with this is like when it comes to releasing and into fully and completely releasing and surrendering, fire can really be a helpful part of that. It could be used in cord cutting, burning bowl rituals, sometimes seeing something burn can be a really good symbol of that thing, being released. Writing what you want down, what you want to release on a piece of paper and burning it. And when you watch it burn and you watch that smoke drift up and away, imagine that it's physically burning and moving away from you. It's being released and separated away from you. So connecting to that fire energy. Also, we have Spirit of the West energy here, which is water. You guys, the water signs are here. So like, and also water, very emotional energy, intuitive, that psychic, intuitive, discernful energy. And then also with it, we have River Woman, which is, again, almost like water bearer energy. Very star card-esque here. Maybe there's definitely, I feel like there's going to be some Aquarius energy here present watching the water sign reading, or maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius. But with the Spirit of the West, the water spirits, as well, the River Woman, maybe you work with water spirits, or a water spirit's going to be connecting with you in August, but just really connecting with your emotions and really connecting with that intuitive ability, and and like listening to it and honoring it. When spirit gives us those intuitive downloads and stuff like that, we can't ignore it. We can't pick and choose what we listen to and what we do. If we want those abilities and we want to be really tuned in and tapped in with our guides, we have to honor it and listen to it. We can't have this energy of ignoring it or trying, to, work our way around it, or, again, pick and choose what we listen to, what we receive, and what we, tune out. So really fully, deeply connecting with that water energy, tuning into yourself as you are water signs, but also, again, tuning into your intuition and spiritual abilities. And also, again, like I was talking about, being really vulnerable with yourself, that Pisces energy, being very vulnerable with your emotions, how you're feeling, how things make you feel. When it comes time to release and cut things off, it's okay to, feel those emotions out. It's okay to feel sad and mourn those things. You don't have to feel, it's not going to feel amazing or great, but it's most important just trusting that you're making the right decision, and you're doing exactly what spirit is wanting you to do, because they know what you need. They know best, essentially. All right, and to close out your reading, water signs, let's go ahead and pull some affirmation cards, some affirmations that you can carry with you into this new month. What affirmations are here for my water signs? All right. Can I have one more card for my water signs, please? Thank you. Oh, hold on. That was like a thick stack. Let me just see. Just one more card, please, Spirit. One more card for my water signs. 3, 2. Stubbornness. One more card, please. Okay, it's being stubborn. So you guys, I'm sorry, you guys. I tried to pull another affirmation, but only one came out, but I feel like it goes really well. I feel like it's a good way to end the reading. It says, I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. See, and there's like the long ladder right there. Read it again. I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. So you are on some type of journey, and right now that part of the journey is releasing some things and letting go of some things and some baggage, and it's going to be hard, and it may feel, again, like kind of like that those kings in reverse, not really feeling confident in yourself. Like I said, after like tower moments and things kind of like falling away and falling apart, it's you're not going to feel the most secure and stable, because a lot of things that you were used to are no longer there more. So it's like that adjustment period. So instead of feeling like you have to be perfect, like it says, perfection, not perfection is the goal. Awareness, just being super aware and in tune with your emotions, with your intuition, with your spiritual journey and your path, and what your spirits want for you. And just being vulnerable and just being open to this journey, open to flowing in the direction that you need to go, and going and listening to the call and following the call to where you need to be. All right, water signs, that is all the messages I have for you for your August. If any of this resonated and you feel like leaving a tip, you can do so at the links down below. And if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can do that in the description box at my website. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.